You've heard it your entire life. Drink more water. It's the simplest, most universal piece of health advice. But what if that message, repeated endlessly, is only half the story? What if the plain water you're drinking isn't giving your body the power it truly needs? Men over 50 are often told that fatigue, stiffness, or declining energy are just normal aging. Yet one of the most overlooked drivers behind these symptoms is cellular dehydration. Not thirst dehydration, functional dehydration. Your body might be full of water, but your cells aren't using it efficiently. As you age, three key changes affect hydration. Your thirst mechanism dulls, your kidneys lose electrolyte efficiency, and your vascular system stiffens. This means you can drink liters of plain water and still struggle with low circulation, sluggish energy, or foggy focus. The real problem isn't lack of water, it's lack of absorption and conductivity. Hydration at 50 isn't the same as hydration at 25. The physiology of aging changes the way your body senses, stores, and circulates water. The first shift happens in your thirst center, located in the hypothalamus. Over time, this sensor loses precision. You feel less thirsty, even when mildly dehydrated. That's why older adults often operate in a state of chronic, low-grade dehydration without realizing it. Second, the kidneys, your natural filtration system, lose some ability to conserve electrolytes. They start flushing out minerals like magnesium, sodium, and potassium faster than before. You can drink water all day, but without these minerals, that water simply passes through you. Finally, vascular stiffness increases. Arteries that were once elastic become less responsive. Without proper electrolyte balance, your smooth muscle walls can't relax efficiently, meaning your circulation becomes restricted. Hydration isn't just chemistry, it's electricity. Every nerve signal, heartbeat, and muscle contraction depends on the movement of charged minerals called electrolytes. These include sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium, the tiny conductors that allow water to enter cells and generate energy. When water enters your body without enough electrolytes, it hydrates the space between cells, but not the cells themselves. Think of it as filling a parking lot but never refueling the cars inside. Without the electrical charge provided by minerals, water can't effectively cross cell membranes. This is why you can drink all day and still feel tired. The water is present, but the spark is missing. Proper hydration requires ionic balance, water and minerals working together to create electrical potential across your cell membranes. That's how nutrients move in and waste moves out. Up to 75% of adults over 50 have measurable deficiencies in key minerals, especially magnesium. This silent shortage has enormous consequences. Magnesium alone regulates over 300 enzyme reactions, including those controlling muscle relaxation, nerve communication, and blood vessel dilation. Without enough magnesium, your arteries can't fully relax. They stay partially constricted, reducing blood flow throughout the body and from your brain to your muscles to your reproductive organs. Low potassium disrupts nerve signaling and increases fatigue. Inadequate sodium reduces water retention inside cells, leading to sluggish metabolism. And zinc, often overlooked, supports hormone balance and immune response. These deficiencies don't just make you tired, they amplify the signs of aging, slower recovery, cold hands and feet, low libido, and poor focus. But they're not inevitable. They're fixable. The secret isn't drinking more, it's drinking smarter. When you combine water with trace minerals, you transform it from a neutral fluid into a biological conductor, a solution that supports every organ system. Start by adding mineral-rich foods like spinach, avocados, sea salt, and nuts. A small pinch of unrefined sea salt in your morning water provides over 80 trace elements. Fresh citrus adds natural potassium, and leafy greens supply magnesium. The goal isn't to replace your water, it's to upgrade it. When you start your morning with mineralized water, you send your circulatory system a powerful message. Relax, oxygenate, energize. You'll feel it in your focus, mood, and endurance within days because for the first time, your water is actually working for you. Your circulatory system is the ultimate delivery network, carrying oxygen, nutrients, and hormones to every cell. But after 50, that network begins to slow. The walls of your arteries, once flexible, become less elastic. This stiffness restricts blood flow, creating higher pressure and lower oxygen delivery. Now here's the twist. Water and electrolytes determine how well your blood actually moves. Proper hydration keeps your blood plasma volume optimal, reducing viscosity, that's the thickness of your blood. When you're dehydrated, even slightly, blood becomes thicker, harder to pump, and slower to circulate. Electrolytes like magnesium and sodium act as molecular gatekeepers, ensuring vascular muscles stay relaxed and open. Without them, your vessels tighten, and the flow that fuels energy, performance, and even cognition declines. Hormones, testosterone, aldosterone, and vasopressin, regulate how your body retains water and electrolytes. As testosterone gradually declines with age, it subtly affects kidney function and vascular tone. You may not notice it at first, but the body's ability to retain minerals like magnesium and zinc begins to drop. Vasopressin, the hormone that tells your kidneys to conserve water, also declines in sensitivity. So even when you drink water, your body doesn't hold on to it efficiently. It's like trying to fill a leaky bucket. The input is fine, but the retention system is weaker. This is why men often describe feeling flat or off despite staying hydrated. Their internal signaling system is underpowered. Supporting it means balancing minerals and ensuring hormones like aldosterone, which helps regulate sodium and potassium, stay active through movement, sleep, and proper nutrition. Inside every cell, an elegant system keeps life running: the sodium-potassium pump. This microscopic pump powers nerve signals, muscle contractions, and nutrient exchange. It depends entirely on a precise balance between sodium outside the cell and potassium inside. When this balance falters from poor diet, sweating, or kidney inefficiency, your cells can't maintain voltage, energy production dips, and muscles fatigue faster. Water follows minerals, it doesn't move on its own. Without enough electrolytes, your cells remain underfilled, leaving you tired even when hydrated. Restoring this balance is simple. Eat more potassium-rich foods like avocados and leafy greens, and include a pinch of mineral-rich salt to ensure sodium support. This tiny adjustment refuels your internal electrical grid. If there's a single mineral that defines male health after 50, it's magnesium. This trace element regulates over 300 biochemical reactions, from blood pressure and muscle tone to energy metabolism and nerve function. In the cardiovascular system, magnesium acts as a natural calcium channel blocker. It prevents excess calcium from keeping your muscles, including your artery walls, in a constant state of tension. Without enough magnesium, your arteries stay partially contracted, restricting blood flow and oxygen delivery. Low magnesium also worsens sleep, anxiety, and fatigue because it influences GABA, the neurotransmitter of calm. Replenishing magnesium through mineral water, leafy greens, nuts, and small supplementation can significantly restore circulation, recovery, and mood. When minerals, hormones, and hydration align, your body operates like a perfectly tuned orchestra. Every system, brain, heart, and muscle, plays in rhythm. But when hydration falters, it's like missing the conductor. Signals misfire, energy lags. This electrical symphony depends on one universal law: charge creates life. Water provides the medium, minerals provide the charge, and circulation carries the current. That's why simply drinking water isn't enough. It must be charged with the minerals your cells recognize. By understanding this synergy, you no longer just hydrate, you energize. It's not anti-aging, it's bio-optimizing. You're teaching your body to communicate again, clearly, efficiently, and powerfully. Magnesium is often called nature's original relaxant, and for good reason. In men over 50, magnesium deficiency is almost epidemic, largely because soil depletion and processed diets have stripped it from modern food. Yet this single mineral is responsible for over 300 enzyme reactions, including those that regulate nerve impulses, muscle relaxation, and blood vessel tone. When magnesium levels drop, calcium takes over, locking your smooth muscles into a state of mild contraction. In your arteries, that means tension, stiffness, and restricted flow, but restore magnesium, and your vascular system relaxes like a deep breath after tension. This mineral doesn't just influence your heart and blood pressure, it also affects your mood, sleep quality, and testosterone balance. Think of it as the mineral that keeps your entire system in tune. Sodium often gets a bad reputation, but the story is far more nuanced. The problem isn't sodium, it's refined sodium, stripped of its natural mineral companions. In small, balanced amounts, sodium is the key that opens the door to hydration. It regulates fluid balance, nerve function, and blood volume, all essential for stamina and focus. Without enough sodium, water can't stay where it's needed. You can drink endlessly, but the fluid passes through before entering your cells. Unrefined sea salt, or Himalayan salt, on the other hand, contains over 80 trace elements that help your body retain water intelligently, not excessively. This mineral doesn't just hydrate you, it ensures your brain, heart, and muscles communicate efficiently through electrical signaling. If sodium opens the door, potassium keeps the system stable. These two minerals work in perfect opposition. Sodium draws water into cells, potassium helps it move freely and maintains equilibrium. Potassium is also crucial for nerve conductivity and muscle strength. It prevents electrical misfires that cause fatigue or irregular heartbeats. In men, potassium supports lower blood pressure. By offsetting sodium's tendency to tighten arteries, it acts like a natural voltage stabilizer for your entire body. Modern diets, heavy on processed foods, deliver sodium without potassium, creating imbalance. By restoring that ratio through foods like avocados, bananas, and leafy greens, you reestablish the charge your cells need to perform. Zinc doesn't directly hydrate, it empowers. This essential mineral is the cornerstone of testosterone production, immune strength, and cellular repair. Even mild zinc deficiency can reduce testosterone levels, impair recovery, and dull libido. In men over 50, zinc also supports prostate function and helps maintain healthy sperm quality, a vital part of overall vitality. Zinc interacts closely with hydration because it supports enzyme systems that regulate cellular repair and growth, both of which depend on water. When combined with magnesium, zinc enhances hormonal balance and metabolic clarity, restoring that feeling of alertness and strength that often fades with age. Hydration is not about one mineral, it's about synergy. Magnesium relaxes, sodium hydrates, potassium balances, zinc empowers. Together, they create the ideal internal environment for performance and longevity. Think of your body as an electrical circuit. Magnesium regulates current, sodium provides voltage, potassium prevents overload, and zinc strengthens the wires. This synergy improves oxygen delivery, muscle strength, mental clarity, and even emotional resilience. Once you start restoring these four minerals consistently through diet or smart hydration, where fresh, your water stops being neutral and becomes a living charge. You'll notice sharper mornings, steadier focus, and smoother recovery because your body isn't running on empty. It's running on current. The first hour after waking sets the rhythm for your entire circulatory day. During sleep, your body loses water through respiration and sweating, leaving you mildly dehydrated, often without thirst. That morning fog you feel? It's not age or caffeine withdrawal, it's low hydration pressure. Your first act upon waking should be hydration before stimulation. Start with 1 large glass of mineralized water, just a pinch of unrefined sea salt or magnesium citrate. This signals your kidneys to recalibrate, your adrenals to awaken, and your circulation to expand. Think of it as a full system reboot, before coffee, before screens, before stress. Hydrating immediately upon waking can raise alertness, lower morning blood pressure spikes, and prime nitric oxide release, your natural vasodilator. By midday, hydration balance shifts from recovery to performance. Most men reach their lowest electrolyte levels between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m., especially if caffeine, sweating, or prolonged concentration are involved. This is when fatigue creeps in, posture slumps, and focus blurs. The fix is simple. Add rhythm to your water routine. Every 2 to 3 hours, drink 200 to 300 milliliters of water mixed with a small trace of minerals, either a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon, rich in potassium. Pair it with movement, stand, stretch, walk. Circulation is hydration in motion. Avoid overhydrating. Too much plain water flushes out electrolytes and lowers sodium, leading to brain fog. The key is balance, not excess. Afternoons are where most men crash, not because of willpower, but biology, blood sugar dips, cortisol declines, and hydration efficiency drops. To counter this, replace energy drinks or second coffees with a circulation-boosting tonic, 1 glass of water, a small pinch of magnesium or sea salt, juice from half a citrus fruit. This blend revives your nitric oxide levels, improves blood flow, and refreshes your brain without spikes or crashes. Pair it with a brisk walk or deep breathing session to enhance oxygen delivery. Hydration at this stage prevents the fatigue spiral that leads to poor evening choices, overeating, late caffeine, or restless sleep. Hydration before sleep sets the tone for cellular recovery. As you rest, your body performs its most crucial maintenance, detoxifying the brain, repairing tissues, and regulating hormones. All of this requires water, not in large quantities, but balanced ones. In the evening, drink a smaller glass of mineral water about 1 hour before bed. Include magnesium glycinate or a few drops of trace minerals. This supports muscle relaxation, lowers nighttime blood pressure, and helps the parasympathetic system, your rest and repair mode, activate fully. Avoid chugging large amounts close to bedtime. That interrupts sleep cycles. Gentle, consistent hydration helps the brain's lymphatic system flush out waste efficiently overnight. True hydration is not an event, it's a rhythm. Your cells don't want floods, they want flow. The optimal pattern is steady, mineralized, mindful hydration spread throughout your waking hours. In the morning, you reboot. Midday, you maintain. Afternoon, you recharge. Evening, you restore. Each phase has a purpose, and when they're synchronized, your hydration supports hormones, circulation, and brain function seamlessly. Track your rhythm, clear urine, steady energy, sharp focus, restful sleep. These are your body's metrics, the only feedback that truly matters. When you stop chasing water volume and start mastering water intelligence, every glass becomes medicine. You're not just hydrating, you're communicating with your biology. Energy isn't just about calories, and it's electrical. Every cell in your body produces ATP, the molecule of energy, through the movement of ions, charged minerals, across membranes. When hydration falters, that flow weakens. You feel it as fatigue, brain fog, and muscle heaviness. Proper hydration restores voltage. Magnesium supports ATP synthesis. Sodium and potassium maintain the charge that keeps the current moving. Zinc activates enzymes that convert nutrients into usable energy. So when men say, "I just don't have the stamina I used to," what they often mean is, "My cellular charge is fading." Smart hydration recharges that current. 1 glass, 1 mineral, 1 signal at a time. Hydration isn't only about internal chemistry, like it's mechanical. Water volume and electrolyte balance determine how freely your blood flows, how supple your muscles feel, and even how focused your brain remains. When blood viscosity decreases, oxygen delivery increases. Your joints feel looser, your posture lighter, and your mind clearer. This is why proper hydration often feels like youth returning. It's physiological rejuvenation. Water with electrolytes restores endothelial flexibility, the ability of your arteries to expand and contract naturally. This supports heart health and stabilizes blood pressure while improving cognitive sharpness by delivering steady oxygen to the brain. Hydration supports hormones in 3 powerful ways: regulation, transport, and balance. Testosterone, cortisol, and insulin all rely on fluid movement and electrolyte signaling to reach their target cells. When you're dehydrated, hormones travel slower and less effectively, like trying to mail a letter through a clogged postal system. Zinc and magnesium are crucial cofactors for testosterone production, while sodium and potassium stabilize adrenal function. Together, they create hormonal harmony, a state where mood, drive, and recovery all align. For men past 50, this harmony is what separates feeling older from feeling strong. Proper hydration doesn't just quench thirst, it supports the entire endocrine orchestra that governs male vitality. Every repair process in your body, from muscle growth to detoxification, depends on hydration. During sleep and recovery, your body uses water to flush metabolic waste, transport nutrients, and repair micro tears in muscle tissue. Without adequate hydration, recovery slows, inflammation lingers, and fatigue builds. Electrolytes amplify recovery by restoring the charge gradient muscles need to relax. Magnesium eases cramps. Potassium helps muscle fibers contract smoothly. Sodium maintains fluid balance, reducing soreness. Together, they transform recovery from sluggish to efficient. Add a small glass of mineral water post-exercise or before bed, and you're not just hydrating, you're rebuilding. When hydration becomes intelligent, vitality becomes inevitable. You move easier, think clearer, sleep deeper, and perform stronger. These are not coincidences, they are electrical outcomes. What we call aging is often just slowed communication between cells. By restoring water's electrical potential through minerals, timing, and consistency, you reactivate the conversation within your body. True vitality isn't youth, it's conductivity. Every heartbeat, every breath, every moment of focus depends on that charge. When you master hydration, you don't just add years to your life, you add life to your years.